Alaikum
What does
assalam.
Islam say about time? As per many scientists, they say time is an illusion, an arbitrary construct. Like Einstein's quote, he believed that time is an illusion, that both the future and the past are unchangeable and will lay out exactly the way they were meant to. What does Islam say about time?
Time is a reality and it's not an illusion, it's a reality. But then Muslim philosophers try to explain what is time. Uh, Ayatollah Mutahari, for example, has a volume on motion and time because time is very much related to haraka. Actually, time is the quantity of haraka. If there is no change, there is no time. Allah is timeless because there is no change in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even the spiritual world is timeless. Angels don't have time. But in this physical material world, because there are lots of changes, we have time. The time that we say, for example, this year is 2022, for example, after birth of Isa alayhi salam, this is a common time that we agree on, a common time. Otherwise, everything has its own time, which is the quantity of their change. And according to substantial motion of Al-Harakat al-Juhari of Mullah Sadra, then time is the fourth dimension of everything material. So like we have, height, width, and length, everything material has also time. Then in order to be able to work, so we agree on the time, which is motion of sun and earth, so we use this as day and weeks and month and year and seasons, etc. But everyone has his own time. Everything has its own time. Even I believe not only our body has a time, our soul also has a time. Yeah. So for example, how old are you? You say, for example, I was born in this day, so I am this year, this many years old. First of all, your life is longer than your birth because when your soul was created, that's the beginning of your life. So you are always older than date of delivery. But your soul has also its own time. And the soul can move very fast. For example, Jesus, Isa alayhi salam, when he was just born, his body looked small, but his soul was very advanced. And soul can also reach the point that remain always young, doesn't need to go to decline. Body goes to decline. You rise to 40 and then after that you go to decline your body, but the soul can go high and high and high and never become old. This is why in heaven we don't have old. So there are lots of things about time and age and life. uh, Different sciences deal with this. I hope this gives you a little idea. Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam, for example, in Sahifa, even talks to time. He talks to months of Ramadan, as you know. He says salam to the months of Ramadan. So shows that these times have realities. On the day of judgment, they will be present to us in the way that we can talk to them. We can understand them. We can have encounter with them.
Thank you, Sheikhna.
You're welcome.
We received a question here on the chat, and the question says, could it be that the hadith describing the Prophet as not laughing out loud as a child refer to some expressions of impudence or brattedness common at that time, not laughter as such? But the person continues and says, I can't imagine someone being bothered with a child simply laughing loudly, like antisocial type of laughing. So how can we clarify the meaning of and the significance of a child not laughing out loud?
You know, what we have is that كان أكثر ضحكه التبسم. So the Prophet was smiling, but he didn't have قهقه. You say in Arabic قهقه. You know, I said loud laughter. I don't know if there is any better term for قهقه. So it, you know, sometimes, for example, it becomes too much, and even, you know, for example, if you see people of, you know, nobility, for example, you know, if someone is, you know, for example, king, or, you know, for example, I don't know, Grand Ayatollah, you know, for different reasons, if people are, you know, respected and honored, and people look at them with respect, they may not do things that ordinary people do. So, for example, I don't think you anytime have seen any great Ayatollah laughing, you know, too high. They smile, but, you know, laughing too high, they try not, or maybe automatically, because you get some kind of, you know, we call in Arabic waqar. I don't know what we should say in English. Waqar is different from dignity. It's
reverence, maybe.
You know, you don't do like, I don't know if you can say, you know, cheap things, or, you know, things which are
high class.
Yeah. Yeah.
Elegance
Maybe is more general, but elegance can be also maybe useful. So waqar means, in Farsi we say sangin. You know, it should be, we say sangin raftar kon. Sangin means heavy, but it doesn't mean in English heavy. But means not to be too light or too cheap. I don't know how to say it.
We've lost these meanings in English culture, so it's hard to find the word.
Yeah. In a very, maybe you can say, in a dignified way. I don't know. So Rasulullah was smiling, but not laughing too high, you know. So only his front teeth maybe were visible, not, you know, laughing and, you know, opening, you know, all his mouth, you know, etc.
Thank you very much. And we have reached the 10 o'clock mark, so inshallah, in the interest of time, we'll take the other questions in the upcoming sessions.
Inshallah.
And